Mark, we've talked about Chet in recent days, and the defensive presence just seemed like once again the impact he had on the rim was sensational. How did you see that actually playing out with their attacks over the course of the game?
Yeah, he was great. Obviously, great competitor. The defensive impact's undeniable. What he can do out there, and we held the second chance points in check in the second half. I thought he had something to do with that early with his work on the glass. So played a great game. Really held us down defensively. Set a great tone around the basket.
This is 3 straight games where just the tempo, the unpredictability on offense seems to really be there. Why do you think you've got teams on their heels here in this homestand?
It caught a nice rhythm. These have all been pace games, against teams that really try to play fast and speed the game up. And that's a two-sided coin. They end up being in a pace game on the other end, which allows us to get into some flow. So I liked how we attacked tonight. I thought for the most part, we were looking for the right shot on that end of the floor, and we made things hard on them on the other end.
You spoke about Denny before the game. Just what did you make of teams' job of defending him without fouling?
Yeah. How many do you have?
7 attempts.
Yeah, it's 7. I mean, that's about right. He's going to get some. He's in attack mode the whole time. You still have to be physical with him, as I said. So you can't just, in the name of not fouling, you can't just not put your chest on him. So there's a cost to doing business there. But I thought our discipline was pretty good. We forced him into shots, put him in a crowd. I thought we pressured him pretty well tonight, as well as the rest of our guys. So I thought we were pretty dialed in defensively.
What did you make of AJ's shot selection? Obviously, he's been able to carve out a role this season, but it seems like he's also doing it with patience and efficiency.
Yeah, he's obviously a really talented player and a really impactful player, really efficient player. And it's hard to establish yourself and be on the gas on a team that's really good, and a team that's pretty established that you're coming into. And he's found an unbelievable blend and thread and a very nice needle of asserting himself and really not flinching, not being afraid and being on the gas, but also doing it in a way that's not inappropriate for what the rest of the team's doing. And he's got a great diet on that. It's really impressive, and he competes on the other end. So it makes it really easy to ride with him. And he played a great game tonight.
A few games ago, Dub was talking about Kaysen and all the steals that he's getting, and he said something about calculated gambling and taking risks that he's doing. How have you seen Kaysen sort of evolve over the course of his career of understanding when and where to take chances?
I think when you're young, I've never played obviously, but when you're young, you're behind the game quite a bit. You're just late to things. You don't know the league that well. You haven't learned the pictures. You're not really even close to a mode of anticipating. And then you catch up to the game, and then eventually you can get ahead of the game. And he's probably just starting the process of being able to anticipate things and learn the league really well. There's room for growth with him. But I think some of those plays you're seeing him start to really anticipate. And, that's where some of those plays come from.
What do you feel like has been the most impressive part of Dub's game so far since he's been back, with him kind of relearning stuff with touch and feel around the rim, but not forcing anything and playing within the team?
Yeah, I thought his floor game was really good tonight. He had a good blend of attacks and also moving off it early and making the appropriate play. What makes him a great player is that he's very good at everything, and so that's really what he needs to hang his hat on. It's how he established himself as a great player. It's how he'll continue to be a great player. And I thought tonight exhibited that. He was out in transition. He threw the early passes. He had his attacks. He shot the right shots. He defended all the spots. And when you add all that together, there's not a lot of guys in the NBA that can do all those things and check all those boxes at the level that he can. And he's just got to stay on that.
It seems like every time Brandon Carlson gets a good chunk of minutes, he just produces. Can you speak about the level of difficulty for him that in the position that he's in, and then also at center as well?
Yeah, I mean, that's, those guys are, you got to be mentally tough because you don't know what your role is going to be night to night, and you got to stay ready and stay aggressive and be reliable, and that's what he does. He's always ready to play, and he's highly reliable out there. He's not out there messing anything up. he's very functional and helps you operate on both ends of the floor, and he does so with confidence and with aggressiveness, and he doesn't flinch. I give him a lot of credit, and he's very productive. He played really, really good minutes for us tonight.
Anybody else?
Before I leave, just want to wish all of our fans a happy new year. Thank everybody for all their support. Hope you guys have a great night, safe night, and a great new year. Thank you.